What if you never had to write a routine email from scratch ever again? I'm going to show you how to connect your email directly to AI and train it in your unique writing style. But we aren't just stopping at a basic template generator. We're going to build a system that integrates your tools and has full context of what's happening in your job. Phase 1 will be training the AI on your authentic voice. Phase 2 is automating your morning drafts. It's like you're the AI secretary that doesn't take long coffee breaks. Lastly, Phase 3, deep context integration, connecting your meetings, Notion, and calendar. We will use Codex, ChatGPT's nerdy cousin, speaks English but builds in code. To start, head to openai.com/codex or just Google Codex and open the first link, then download the app. There's a version for Mac and Windows. Just pick yours and run through the install. It takes about a minute. Once it's open, sign in with your ChatGPT account. You'll need a Plus, Pro, or Business plan for this to work. Let's talk about Phase 1. If you go to Plugins, search for Gmail, hit install, and sign in with your Google account, Codex will have access to your inbox. Now, Codex can check our last 30 days of emails and build a skill. Here is the exact prompt I'm dropping into Codex. It's analyzing text structures, greetings, sign-offs, and typical topics. On screen, you can see it processing my specific data. It identifies that my communication style centers heavily around relationship management, partnership routing, and logistics. It explicitly notes my tone as warm but direct. Once it understands your voice, Codex asks for permission to create 2 core markdown files. Skill.md, the operational guidelines for how the agent behaves. Patterns.md, the DNA of your voice, capturing how you handle follow-ups, calendar invites, and casual phrasing. Take a minute to backtest and draft some responses to your emails just to make sure it is working well. Time for Phase 2. Now that Codex knows how we talk, let's put it to work. We don't want to manually trigger this every time, so we're going to build an automation. I've set this workflow to run automatically every morning at 7:15 a.m. Here is exactly what it does while I'm still drinking my morning coffee. It scans my inbox for any new unread messages. It cross-references those emails with my newly created skill.md and patterns.md files. It acts like a high-level executive secretary, drafting responses to those emails in my exact voice. Notice that I explicitly instructed the automation not to automatically send anything yet. I want to see the drafts first. I also gave it a strict safety rule. If an email requires my personal input or specific data it doesn't have, it must compile a list of concise questions for me instead of making things up. When I open my laptop, I am greeted with a neat list of ready-to-go drafts and a few quick questions for the tricky emails. What we've done so far might be enough for some, but not for us. We'll take it up a notch. Time for Phase 3, where we give the AI some context. Right now, it knows how you talk and asks you questions about what it doesn't know. But what if it had access to your meetings where you talk about deadlines, roadblocks, and project updates? For this to be possible, we will hook up our meeting note taker tool, in our case, Fellow.ai, add to plugins, then find your note taker, install it, done. You can even connect it to your Notion databases or Google Calendar so it can check your availability and project boards automatically. So now in your automation, it will also consider your meeting notes and calendar. Doing this reduces the number of questions it needs to ask you before drafting responses every morning. So here's what we built today. We use Codex to analyze 30 days of your emails and distill your voice into 2 files, skill.md and patterns.md. Then we set up an automation that runs every morning, scans your inbox, and drafts replies in your style. No sending, just ready to review drafts and a short list of questions for anything it needs your input on. Finally, we connected Fellow, Notion, and Google Calendar so the AI has full context on your projects and schedule before it ever touches an email. Let me know what you would like to see next.